twisting up around the tree. Cool. And what happens is these vines kill the trees. There's some more. I love the way that just twists. So I'm going to take all this out and use it in my arch. There's some more. It's really neat the way this stuff grows, but what it tends to do is choke out the tree. It wraps itself around the branches, and it's actually very destructive. It kills a lot of branches. The poor tree is suffering, so I'm going to relieve it of its pain and get rid of these old vines and make good use for it. That tree is broken. It just lays all over top of everything. Dead tree. We looked at different arches and found the good ones to be very expensive, and the cheap ones were flimsy and not so very interesting. My daughter loves nature, so we thought we might be able to make an arch using branches, twigs, and vines. The forest behind our house has lots of vines draping all over the place, so I went out searching to see what I could collect. The vines would run from one tree to another. It really was quite a total body workout, pulling those vines out of the trees. I used gloves to protect my hands. When they did not pull easily, I twisted the vines around my arms to give me more leverage to pull with greater strength. I would pull out as much as I could, and when I could not pull any more, I would then go in with cutters to free the vines. Now some of the vines came out very easily, because the branches that they were twisting around were already dead. Sometimes I would find some really cool vines that were twisted round and round a branch that I just had to incorporate into the arch. At first I thought I should have to soak the vines to keep them pliable, which I did the first batch, but I found that the vines were still quite pliable even after I dried them into an arch shape. I found both small and slender vines as well as big, heavy vines that were thick like cord. I wanted a variety so that I could use them in the arch. Like I said before, this kind of work gives you a total body workout. A lot of stretching, bending, pulling. It works the arms, the legs, the back, the abdominal muscles, you name it. Great workout. Even balancing. You can see how I got a lot of vines just in this one location. There were tons of them out there. I used the wheelbarrow to haul all of my vines that I collected back to the house. Wow, look at that tree branch. That is cool. Look what it did to this tree. It completely reshaped the tree. The tree tried to grow. My arch formed. I'm going to hang the vines here. And that way they can dry in the sun and dry into an arch and be in a nice place either way. My first idea was to dry them on an arch so that they'd be in the right shape, but I found out later that that was totally unnecessary. But it did make a nice decoration for my door entryway. I might just decide to grow some vines here on purpose, just so I can have this look all the time, because I think it looks pretty cool. My cats like it. They can get up on the roof much easier, get away from the dogs. I used long, straight trees for the legs and attached the ends of the cluster of vines using floor wire. This left the top very flexible. I'm glad I kept the top flexible, as it allows me to fold or reshape the arch to get it in through doorways. I formed two arches, one for the front and one for the back. To add support to the arch, I wired some dog hardwire to join the two formed arches. Then I wove in some supporting sticks and branches through the wire. I found myself going out to collect even more vines to give the desired thickness to the arch. We finished it off with lights. Now the tricky part, how to transport it.
I think it'll stay.
Yeah, it'll stay. It'll look funny going down the road. It'll give people something to talk about, but it'll stay. They'll think that's the strangest decoration I ever saw on the back of a truck. I decided not to pull out all of the leaves, but just let it be as natural as it could be. In the finished product, it had both brown, dried up leaves and still some green leaves. See how I incorporated some of those branches that are all messed up with vines twisting all around it. I enjoyed twisting the vines in and around the arch, trying to make it look as natural as possible. My daughter absolutely loved it.